is going to talk about solving one-step equations with multiplication and division. So with solving any equation, the first thing you want to do is draw your line through your equal sign. And then look and see if you can simplify anything on either side of your equation. So there's nothing, you can't combine x with 4 on this side and then 11's by itself. So if there's nothing you can simplify, then you've got to get the variable by itself. So in this case, your variable is x. So you're going to read the side of the equation with your variable. So I want to read this side. So my variable is x. So then if you read it, remember that this bar, this line means division. So you would read this as x divided by 4. Once you read it and write it out, then you're going to work backwards to get x by itself. So your goal is to cancel out your 4. So our last operation that we read was divide by 4. So your opposite or your inverse operation is going to be multiplication. So you're going to multiply by 4. So your 4 will cancel out, but in order for this to cancel, you have to do multiply by 4. Then these will cross out, which means that I'm left with x. So x is going to equal 11 times 4, which gives you 44. So then your answer is x equals 44. So then going on to example number 2, start the same way. So draw your line through your equal sign, separate it into 2 halves, and then look and see if you can simplify. If you can't, then read the side with your variable. So in this case, your variable is on the right. So you're going to start with x, but then remember, if the number is directly next to your letter or your variable, the operation between that is multiplication. So you're going to read this as x times negative 3. Now because the negative 3 is with my x, I need to cancel that out by doing the opposite operation. So the opposite of times is divide. And you're going to divide by negative 3. So your operation changes, but your sign does not change. So this still stays negative 3. So then in this case, I can cancel out my negative 3 because I'm going to divide by negative 3. Remember, the bar is the same thing as division. So then 18 divided by negative 3 will give you negative 9. And then I'm left with x. So then my final answer is x equals negative 9.